Hey, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the NECA 25th anniversary Batman figure, and this is based on the 1989 film. Now originally, and one thing I must admit, I have been wanting to pick up this figure for so long. It's like such a rare figure, and I missed out on getting it because I wasn't really like a NECA figure collector to that extent when this figure was released. So that's no reason why I was so anticipating actually picking this up, and I managed to find one. Cause I was kind of trying to be kind of careful, as far as it being like the bootlegs. I know about the bootleg figures and all that kind of stuff like that. So I was very precise and very careful about which figure I had chose. And of course now, when you originally actually had got this figure, you actually had to get like the Batman movie itself too, like the Tim Burton film, which starred like Jack Nicholson as the Joker and Michael Keaton as Batman, Bruce Wayne, and so on. But now the version that I have, this didn't come with this, but I do have that movie though. I decided like the regular DVD version of it, which came with this Batman anthology collection, which was kind of released when Batman Begins came on video. Because I remember getting Batman Begins too as well. But originally this figure you had to actually get the actual Batman like Blu-ray. This is the DVD, like I said again, to actually be able to actually get this figure, And I think they eventually made it available like at Toys R Us and I think places like that too. But it was still like very exclusive. You had to actually order this figure, if I'm not mistaken, But you did actually have to get the movie too itself, which is like the Blu-ray version of it, And of course I saw this film in theaters when I was like a kid, So I do remember it well. And this is my favorite comic book superhero, Batman, So I'm definitely excited about this. Because I don't really have any like Batman type figures from NECA, I just really have the quarter scale like Batman Begins figure, with Christian Bale. That's the only one I have, Then now I have this one too as well. But anyway, I'm going to open this on up and actually get into the figure itself. Now first off, one of the things I want to actually mention about the figure itself too is I was hearing that, because I wasn't really too familiar with it. I do recall like the Batman toys from there, but this actually has the same package design as I think the Toy Biz version of the Batman '89 movie, like the toys back when the movie was released, like back then. They said that it did have this kind of design, but from what I'm hearing, the box wasn't actually like this big on thing, but it did have this kind of like design that this one does have, as you can see. And of course the figure didn't look this good back then, but it was still, the version that they had back then. And as you can see, this is the back, and even the back of it was the same image that I think the Toy Biz or Toy Wiz, I think they called it, figure had too as well. Because I'm also hearing that this is actually the quarter scale '89 figure right here too as well on here, that they actually showing right here. And it does have the scripture right here that was actually on the original Toy Biz thing too as well. It says Batman defends Gotham streets against crime, and this is from the Gotham Globe. Because I'm going to read it right now. And this was actually on the original Toy Biz package from like a long time ago. It says all the news that fits to print, late city edition. That's like the top headline. Now it says first series, Batman defends streets against crime when the Bat signal flashes across the night sky. The caped and mysterious Batman descends from the rooftops of Gotham City, protecting its citizens against crime and injustice. Batman, dark nemesis of evildoers, has been called the world's greatest detective. Only Batman, whose skills as a resourceful escape artist, master of disguise, and genius strategist, can save the city when all else fails. His arsenal against crimes includes his high-tech utility belts, his sleek armored Batmobile, and the ultra-modern Batwing. And of course, I was on the original Toy Biz like packaging, Now another thing I want to talk about with this figure, when you actually look at it inside the package, it looks like there's nothing in here, When you actually look at it, you just see that the actual figure itself. But this does actually have accessories, because a lot of people didn't know about it until they actually open it. If you actually look right there very closely, let's see if I can get a better shot. You can actually see it right up behind them. It's like this plastic bag behind the figure, and you can definitely see it right there. You can see it within inside. That's where his accessories would be in right there. That little package inside there. It's right there. So that's what the accessories are. But when you actually look at it, you would think that there's nothing in this, Now, as you can see, this is how it actually looks too. It's inside like this plastic. And again, you would think that this has no weapons, But when you turn it around, it does have like a little bag that hangs from Batman's like cape back here, as you can see. Okay, so as you can see, there's the Batman 1989 figure, and of course that was like the one that Michael Keaton played. Now I noticed too that the actual like this accessory thing right here, it actually was attached to this too as well. It wasn't like actually on his cape. It was actually attached to this thing right here. I think you have to actually pull it off, and there as you can see is the thing which has like its accessories. I guess the first thing that I would talk about is the actual the articulation of the Batman 1989 figure. Now I'm gonna measure it too. And Batman, he does stand the regular size of like what you know of NECA figures. He's actually over 7 inches. With his ears, if you count his ears, he's actually over 7 inches. But he looks kind of short, you know. If you're not careful, you'll think it's kind of a short figure, you know. But he is actually like over 7 inches, like in length, like a normal size NECA figure. You know, he looks like shorter. As you can see, here's the actual figure, and boy, I'm happy about picking this one up. You know, I've been really wanting to actually get this figure. You know, I think the likeness to Michael Keaton is just amazing, especially when you turn it to like a certain angle. It really does like look like him. You know, even like the skin tone and so on. I even like how you like the this right here, like the actual like body armor suit. How you can say the abdominals, the abs. That is just so awesome. Even the belt, you know. Now the belt, I don't think can be like removed or anything. I think it's just like it's actually like sculpted onto the body. But that armor is just awesome. This is probably easily one of my all-time favorite figures from like NECA, because being that this is my favorite like a comic book superhero. So I'll probably always be like, you know, kind of obsessed with this particular figure, you know. I like how you can see his eyes on the inside too. He does have that Michael Keaton mouth too, you know. I think that's kind of cool too. Even the ears, you know, they're like rubbery and stuff. I heard about some people's ears, they get like bended too as well, you know. Now another thing I know about too, you can actually do this right here too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm kind of scared to bother it. But you can actually lift this up, and you can kind of see his face underneath. But I'm just gonna leave it down. I don't want to like disturb it too much, you know. Of course, they even have like the utility belt looks awesome, you know. I like the gauntlets on his hands too as well. His hands, they are awesome, you know. Even the legs and stuff. Even like the shoes, you know, the way the shoes were, you know. I think that's kind of cool, like the material that's on the shoes. Another thing too about the abdominals, I do recall this like being like in the movie like that too. You know, in certain shots, you could tell this was actually like how it was like in the film. You could tell it's like actually like another piece like armor like layered onto like his I guess you could say his stomach area. Even on the back, you can kind of see it too. I do recall that kind of stuff like from the film. You can tell it's actually like layered on there. Now, one of the things I thought was kind of odd about it is you can actually turn his head, but when you turn it, the symbol like his cowl is actually attached to his head. Now that wasn't even in the movie now, so I always thought that was kind of odd. I know I heard other people saying that too, you know, but you can still like turn it, you know. Because you know in the movie, like when he turns, he has to turn like that because like how stiff like the suit was. Even in Batman Returns, it was like that, if I can recall. Because Michael Keaton was even saying he had to turn like that, you know. He does have like the holes underneath too, where you can put them like on a stand, you know. Another thing too I noticed too is now the cape, awesome as it is, and it is a wide cape too, as you can see. You know, you can actually I think kind of spread it out. Let me see if I can try it right quick. You can actually kind of spread it kind of far, as you can see the cape itself. It's a nice cape, you know. As you can see how far it spreads. but the material of the cape is actually different than what was actually in the movie, because the cape that was actually in the movie, if I recall, was just like this armor right here, like that rubbery look, you know, it was just like that, you know, the cape, whereas this cape right here is actually like a cloth type material, as you can see. It's like cloth. Now, of course, you can throw the cape back, you know, and there's like his arms. They can be lifted like that. You can lift them up. You can bend them like that. Of course, the hands can be turned too, as you can see. This is another reason why I was kind of holding back on this figure too. I didn't think he would have any articulation in his knees, but as you can see, he does have like articulation in his knees. That kind of surprised me when I really got a good look at it. I know this is kind of an older figure. This was actually before NECA was doing like the ultimate figures. So actually, and both of his knees actually bend. They even like twist. You see, you can twist them. Even the feet can be like twisted too as well. He does seem to stand so far, you know. I probably still give him a stand, you know. I always use wait and see, you know. Yeah, how you can actually see Michael Keaton's like face kind of underneath like the mask. Like they actually like sculpted it underneath. You can see like the eyes. You can even see like the black paint around his eyes. So you actually can lift that to a certain extent. But the likeness, like I said, is just amazing. This is really an awesome figure, you know. This probably be, like I say, one of my all-time favorite NECA figures, you know, being in this Batman too. Now what I do is actually talk about Batman's accessories, and they come in this bag. I think this is almost about 3 inches like in length too. So I just talk about the accessories that are in. This is how I look, you know. When we first looked at the figure, so people be careful if you have never got this figure or knew about it, you know. It does have accessories, you know. This does come with like weapons, you know, which is awesome. That NECA kind of kept it hidden too. I think that's so cool, you know. It's like a nice like little treat to have, you know, with the figure, you know, because we would always been careful with okay with the figure, even if it didn't have any accessories, you know. I would have been like still like wouldn't pick this up, you know. Now the first accessory I'll talk about with Batman is my favorite gadget of his, and this was actually introduced, I guess you could say, in this movie, but they actually did have like a version of it in the graphic novel The Dark Knight Returns from Frank Miller. He did have like a gun in there that shot a rope, you know, out of it. But this way is actually when it was actually brought to film, and has become what we truly know of it, you know. So as you can see, it's the grapple gun. I really am amazed at how close this does look to the movie. Like how they have like that silver part right there. That's just amazing. Even like the actual hook itself. Even when you turn it around, like the detail in this is just amazing. It really does like his grapple gun, you know. That is just super awesome. As you can see, Batman already has a grapple hand. A hand actually made for this particular grapple, as you can see. So what I do is actually just put the actual grapple gun into his hand. As you can see, there's the grapple gun in Batman's hand. That's probably what I'll be displaying mine with too. If I really had like a weapon on him, you know, or anything like that, accessory would probably be the grapple gun. And the next accessory that I'm going to show with Batman, of course, is probably like his most famous weapon, which is the actual batarang. It even has like that silver like hook on it at the end of the wing, like where it can like hook on to stuff. I think he really only like in the film, he used this when he tied a rope into it, then he threw it around the guy, you know, like the traditional way, like the bat rope that he really used before he got a grapple gun. That's what he really used, was a bat rope. Before he got his grapple gun, you know, in the movie, you know, like in comics and stuff like they use like the bat rope. The batarang is really amazing. It really does look like that, you know. In the movie, I think he can fold it up too. Look, I know it had flipped out and he had threw it because he had the rope attached to it at the beginning of the film. Who are you? I'm Batman. The Batarang, it actually is designed to go in like a certain hand, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's the actual, his left hand. And he does have two alternate hands, so Batman actually has like four hands all together. And these are like the hands right here. So I'm actually have to switch out this left hand for. I like the detail in that too. That's nice. It really does look like this glove. Now this is actually like a fish, you know. You can even see those like dot things in there too as well that be on this glove. And that's cool. But you can see like the hole up here for where the Batarang I think will actually like fit into it. So I'm gonna try that. I think you just like hook it in here like this. As you can see, it just stays in there like that. So I'm gonna put it on them too. And there's Batman with the actual Batarang in his hand too, as you can see. And then the hand that I took off was actually this hand right here. And it's just like the left hand, you know, basically. Very similar to like the other fish, you know. Did notice too, the hand does actually come off pretty good, you know. It came off pretty easily, you know. Because this one is actually the right hand that comes with the figure too, you know. Now this one is closed, so it's like you can tell you can't put the Batarang, I don't think, in this particular side, you know. It was actually made for like his left hand. But I did notice that the hand, it does come off pretty easy. There's the right fist that I got on. Now I probably never use this particular fist because I can't put the grapple gun in it, so I probably never use this, you know. I probably would just do like some photography pics so I can have like Batman with some fists. See, you have like two fists. So I probably would like if I was doing something like that. There's a close-up look of the actual grappling hand. And even this had like those dot hole things on the inside. But yeah, this was actually made to hold this grapple gun. Okay, so yeah, this Batman figure from NECA, it has 4 accessories too as well. It has like 2 hands and the grappling gun and the Batarang. Okay, so there you have it. There's the NECA 25th Anniversary Edition Batman 1989 figure. And of course, this is based on the Tim Burton film from 1989, which had Michael Keaton in the role of Bruce Wayne Batman. And I had this particular version of it right here on DVD, which came like this anthology set, which had the first 4 films, you know. Because that was released on the time like when Batman Begins had first came to video, and I even had picked that one up at the time. And I remember seeing this film like in the theaters, like when I was a kid, I went to see this in the theaters, you know. And this is my all-time favorite comic book superhero too as well. I always wear these shirts, you know. This is my favorite superhero too, you know. So I am definitely excited to actually have picked this figure up. You know, I've been wanting to get it for a while. You know, it is superb, and I'm sure this would easily be one of my all-time top 10, probably top 5 NECA figures just because it's a Batman figure, you know. And I've been wanting to get like figures from them, you know, like based on Batman, you know. So I think this figure is really superb, and I would definitely recommend it. Now another one I got my eyes on, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I want to get a quarter scale version of this figure, like the quarter scale version that they have. Even that's kind of like rare and expensive too, you know. But I want to pick that one up too as well. Being that I got the quarter scale Batman Begins figure, I would definitely have to pick up the actual quarter scale 18-inch version of this figure too, which is actually released first. Then they done like the Nintendo one, which I know about too. I ain't too big, but I liked the game. I used to have the Nintendo game, you know. But yeah, I would love to actually have like the quarter scale version of this figure too, which is actually released first, you know. Then they went to the Nintendo one, and then finally this one, you know. But yeah, I would definitely recommend picking this up. And this is the NECA 25th Anniversary Batman figure, you know. I would definitely recommend it. You know, I really do like this figure a lot. I think it's awesome, you know. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well. I'm Batman. You killed my parents. I made you, you made me first.